and welcome to this special program where we bring you Budget 2025.
Ini yang ketiga di bawah Kerajaan Perpaduan bakal merancakkan lagi usaha meningkatkan siling dan menstruktur semula ekonomi.
Kerajaan bercadang untuk melaksanakan penyaluran subsidi RON 95 pada pertengahan tahun 2025. Penjimatan, saya tegaskan, penjimatan ini akan menjamin faedah di bidang pendidikan, kesihatan dan kebajikan rakyat. Program asas ramah sara untuk rakyat miskin dan STR, sumbangan tunai ramah, akan mendapat peningkatan terbesar dalam sejarah, 13 bilion ringgit. Ini akan memberi manfaat kepada 9 juta penerima atau 60% penduduk dewasa negara. Kerajaan bersetuju menaikkan kadar gaji minimum dari 1,500 kepada 1,700 ringgit sebulan.
This is Haikal, early 30s, hardworking, married. No children yet, just share dreams and mounting responsibilities. It's payday, the day relief and worry come together. He leaves every commitment, but only 200 ringgit remains to stretch across 30 days, a number too small to fail and too real to ignore. A small escape maybe, but even friendship has a price. RM200, groceries, bills, fuel, the unending loop of survival. Another message from his wife. Every drive feels heavier, not because of traffic, but because of thought. Every decision becomes a trade-off between what's necessary and what's possible. Haikal checks his wife list, counts what he can afford. Every item has a story. The price of milk, the weight of rice, the quiet rise of numbers that nobody talks about. As he quietly adds up the prices, the numbers tell a different story. The remaining balance still isn't enough. A thought crosses his mind. The sumbangan asas rahmah sign, and suddenly hope feels possible again. Through the MyKasih app, he carefully reviews the list of eligible items, quietly planning his next move. A quiet exhaustion settles in, the kind that comes from stretching too little across too many needs. Hope exists briefly in the form of a one-off 100 ringgit assistance, yet the weight of uncertainty still lingers. He glances at the fuel tank, near empty. Again. He pulls in to refuel. At the digital display, Budi Madani Row 95 catches his eyes. After he tops up the tank, it barely budges. He touches his head, sighing quietly. With everything settled, he knows now is the right time to find Izzul. Under the bright afternoon sun, Haikal meets his old friend Izzul at a familiar place, Mama Heritage. The air is filled with chatter, clinking glasses, and the smell of freshly brewed teh tarik, simple comforts in complicated times.
Macam mana kehidupan kau sekarang weh?
Tak boleh nak merungut bro. Kau tahu tak, kerja dah steady, bisnes aku dah semakin naik. Kau aku sekarang tengah try untuk keep up.
Bagus lah. Aku harap aku boleh cakap benda sama.
Benda tu tak teruk sangat bro. Sebab sekarang bajet baru ni dah tolong orang macam kita. STR, Budi semua tu.
Membantu untuk setengah lah kot. Aku still tak dapat rasa apa-apa ni.
Kau kena pandai urus je benda tu kan. Semua orang struggle. Tapi kita kena adapt lah.
Aku tiap bulan aku kena manage. Kena putih duit sewa, duit barang dapur, petrol. Adapt yang kau cakap ni sama macam sebenarnya aku kena jimat je. Jimat.
Ya, aku tahu. Benda tu sukar untuk kau nak faham, nak fikir benda tu. Tapi kau hanya nampak masalah. Kau tak nampak progress tu.
Mungkin kau tak perlu kot buat pengorbanan macam orang lain.
Okay. Baik. Kita tak payah gaduh benda yang kita tahu. Sekarang kita cari orang yang betul-betul faham apa yang tengah berlaku sekarang.
Expert?
Ya. Sebab kita nak kebenaran. Kita kena dapat daripada sumber yang betul, pakar.
No shouting, no harsh words, just the weight of two realities meeting at the same table. Because when it comes to money, even friendship feels the tension.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Haikal bin Hilmi.
So, for many households, particularly those with modest commuting patterns, the 300-litre allocation is generally sufficient. But I believe we are not wearing the same shoes. Alright? So, for me, maybe it is sufficient. But we have to look into a bigger picture. That situation, maybe we are facing a different outcome. However, I do believe the larger families, okay, gig economy workers and individuals with long-distance travel requirement may face constraints. Maybe we have like a mechanism where the users have to fill in certain form so that they can put their daily distance. Even so, this shift towards a more targeted subsidy is an important step towards the long-term fiscal sustainability. So the program helped to stabilize food access and promote minimum nutritional standards. Okay, while the assistance may not fully cover all dietary needs, okay, it does provide a meaningful safety net. Alright, that is the most important thing when we want to propose certain policies. At least the basic requirement we can fulfill that basic requirement. Okay. With continuous monitoring of food prices and periodic adjustment, I believe it also gives some values. Okay, this program can remain relevant and effective in meeting the nutritional needs of families. Again, focus group B40. Okay, for M40 and also T20, maybe that amount is insufficient for their daily nutrition. Okay. Actually, we are facing a problem with income gap classification, meaning that B40, M40, and T20. For example, if you talk about fairness, maybe you are B40 in terms of income per household, but then you only have one child, for example. But you are M40 in terms of income classification, but then you have like 10 children. Okay, so then later on we will talk about the nutrition whatnot. Okay, but then again, the government try their very best, okay, to assist based on the income group. Okay, but then if you talk about fairness, maybe further studies. The government should focus on strategic implementation on how to identify and also to determine which group, which nutrition, how much per month they should receive. So the proposed minimum wage is a positive step. Actually, it reflects evolving economic realities and rising the living costs. However, whether it ensures the comfortable living depends on the household. Again, it depends on the household size, location, and also the spending patterns. Okay, it is a good initiative placed by the government, whereby try to increase the minimum wage. Okay, when we see the example of developed countries, Singapore, Qatar, the minimum wage is higher than us because they are developed country. So when we talk about we are moving towards a developed country, this is a crucial and important issue that the government has to cater. Meaning that in the long run, the government has to think a better strategy and policy to ensure that all of us will enjoy a better minimum wage. All right.
Budi 95 memberi impak yang besar kepada kehidupan masyarakat Malaysia sebab penggunaan petrol tu dia dapat memberi penjimatan dan juga kepada penyasaran subsidi itu sendiri yang mana ia terus kepada apa yang disasarkan oleh kerajaan.
Yes, indeed. A lot of choices. It helps me a lot to buy things for my family. At least we have a lot of options of things to buy. Basic things.
Secara umumnya gaji minimum 1,700 masih tidak mencukupi, tetapi ia memberi kelegaan kepada golongan berpendapatan rendah yang mana gaji minimum akan meningkatkan dia punya untuk pembelanjaan hidup. Tetapi saya harap kerajaan untuk melihat kembali sesuai dengan keadaan untuk meningkatkan lagi gaji minimum itu pun dengan kajian-kajian yang mendalam.
Two voices, two different experiences, but one shared reality: surviving today costs more than it should. Budget 2025 is a promise, bold, hopeful, necessary. But for Malaysians like Haikal, promises alone cannot fill petrol tanks, stretch salaries, or ease the quiet weight of daily life. The help exists, yes, yet the struggle is very real, counted in every ringgit, every grocery run, every litre of petrol. Between what is planned and what is executed lies the truth of every budget. Budget 2025, promises versus reality.
Reality.
What is executed